Greetings, fellow conquerors, and welcome back to England here in EU4. And today, we're probably going to be going to war against France once again. France, who now has Elan, but France, who is so sad. And I was wondering why we didn't have a spy network in France, and it turns out that the reason for that is because our spy apparently got kicked out recently. Denmark is dying because he stubbornly resisted, and Sweden is winning his independence war. So go Sweden. He may prove to be a valuable ally. He may also prove to be a nice chunk of land for us. Then again, his infantry combat is scary. So we'll see what happens. And holy moly! Look at Novgorod. How did you manage that one? He's only allied with Tver and Ryazan. How did you... Let's see. He's only at war with Kazan, Crimea, and apparently was at war with Novgorod. What happened? Oh man, we missed it. Novgorod went ham. I'm sure Muscovy's still bigger, but it looks like he's getting obliterated right now. So, rip Muscovy, guys. We may see a Novgorodian Russia, or we may just never see a Russia, for that matter. But that's okay. We're making waves over here of our own. In France, well, soon. We're still debating the rival situation and how to handle it. But for now, I want to build an additional 3,000 cannons for each of our armies. So we're going to start production on those. And I know, I should probably use the templates, but I don't find it to be that useful because, you know, if you're playing well, you don't really lose armies that often, so what's the point of having the template unless you're losing troops all the time? It can be nice for getting, like, merc stacks, though. Austria is really not happy with us right now, but we're not going to break the alliance until we absolutely have to. We are still converting our country. And if we look at the, let's see, where's the development map mode? Right here. Yeah, we want to get all these big provinces converted to Catholic as soon as possible. Or Protestant, rather. We're not converting. We're converting away from Catholic. Let's see, get this cannon here. And yeah, things are going really well in this campaign. We need to reestablish our spy network in France. We need 25 points to fabricate another claim. Okay. Good stuff. Alright, we're up to 7 cannons in each army. We're still making 7 ducats a month with full unit maintenance. Now we are getting some unrest in Nordjylland. And I'm really tempted to raise autonomy so that we don't have to deal with a rebellion, because we're not making any money in the first place because it's already a territory. And I don't feel like spending the manpower to deal with it. Really, it's just a jumping off point. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. I think that may be a questionable move. But considering I don't think we're making that much money from it anyway, and we don't want to deal with the rebels from it, that seems reasonable to me. And it looks like our country is mostly stabilized, although our manpower is still basically in the hole. Now, if we were to declare war on France today, Austria wouldn't join until next year, and Castile would be on board with it, though Castile is in a heavy amount of debt, and Portugal just isn't interested. Ottoman's not really as big as you would expect by this point in the game, partially because Akkoyunlu has allied the Timurids. The Mamluks don't really have any good allies, though, so we can probably expect them to have to do something soon about that. Although the Ottomans do have a truce with Castile and Aragon, probably because they were fighting Tunis, which would explain why Castile is in so much debt in the first place, really. I know we have too few rivals, but we could rival Poland. And Poland is rival with Castile. That would help solidify our relations with Castile. My fear is that in time, Castile will not like us. He'll end up rivaling us for some reason once France is gone. So I'm just really timid about forming rivalries with. Oh well, Poland rivaled us, so I guess there's no harm in doing that then, if they already hate us anyway. So we'll rival Poland back. Help keep some of our power projection up. Alright, cool. We can fabricate another claim. What do we want to take? Well, hold on. Let's see. Where's the territories map mode? All areas, I guess. So I think we want to expand either into this area, into Anjou and Orléans, or we want to expand into Champagne, or sorry, in the Seine region. Champagne's a great province. Anjou is also a great province, and so is Orléans. All these French provinces are just so good. Where do we already have a claim? We have a claim on Namur, which would make expansion into the Seine region a little bit more appealing. But we're going to fabricate a claim on Anjou. I want to consolidate the land over here, make English France a little bit easier to see. And within the year, we'll declare war, and hopefully we can beat the French despite their elan. Because they don't have any actual military ideas yet, fortunately for us. We are ahead of time on all techs, because we're awesome, basically. 50% more available mercenaries is interesting, if nothing else. I've really been avoiding using mercs because I want to keep our economy strong. Alright, we've converted the heretics of Gascogne. And let's see. Yeah, what needs conversion still? We should probably focus on, actually finishing our own country. Norfolk isn't really that important. I'm sorry if you're from Norfolk and you're watching this, but your province isn't very good. I'm sorry. This is the fault of Paradox. Don't blame me. Go riot. I mean, Sweden's right there. You could just walk on in. Say, hey, why does Norfolk suck so much? Demand answers. Lower their stability. We're gonna build another workshop up in Northumberland, which is a lovely province with nice cloth. Actually, no, we were building it in. Where are we building that? Yorkshire? No? Oh man, I've lost track. This is embarrassing. Okay, we are building it in Lothian. I just couldn't see the bar. Make everyone hate us, but gain 1 free conversion, or just make everyone like us with no penalty whatsoever. Sure. See, now, like, that event, heresy burned the priest in his books. Like, obviously, like, I would not want to do that. I'd want to, because we're Protestant, we'd want to do that. But taking the opinion hit for no reason is just not helpful at all. It's completely pointless from, like, a strategic standpoint. Build another church there. Now, let's see. Alright, Castile and Austria would join in a war. We'd be fighting against Delray, Ravensburg, Würzburg, Corsica, and, of course, France. And I don't think any of them are, dangerous enough to really pose a threat. If we wait a couple more months, we can get a, yeah, if we wait a couple months, we can get another claim, probably on Orléans. So I'm going to wait for that. Let us get a little bit of a war chest before we head into the war. We'll move our troops onto the border here. We are getting 1.7 points per month on our spy network, which is pretty nice. We have a 5% discipline advisor, which should be helpful in, stemming the losses we're probably going to take in this war. Now, somebody mentioned getting a, improve relations over time guy, and while I am certainly for that idea, unfortunately right now we don't really have the means We don't have one available, so it's not really an option, unfortunately. Let's pick up the next military and administrative idea. National tax modifier plus 15% is really huge. It's great. And mercenary maintenance is okay if we actually have mercs. It's actually pretty good if you have mercs, but we don't have any. So, not really that useful for us right now. Austria declared his own war. What kind of claims does Austria have? Austria has all the claims. Who are Austria's allies? Because this is a great opportunity to kind of backstab Austria. You know, break alliance. Let them fight the French. Let's see, France is at war with Austria, Hungary, the Palatinate, and Florence. So they're probably going to lose anyway. But if we decline Austria's call to arms, then it's going to be a lot worse for them. What is Austria's army like right now? Austria has a lot. France, only 14,000. Okay, so never mind. It's not really going to be... It's not really going to mean all that much. At the same time, not being able to take the land that I want to take is you know, too frustrating to like deal with. So I think I have to decline here. It is a waste of prestige and an alliance, but at the same time, if we don't, then Austria is just gonna yeah, not really into that. So we are gonna decline. That's another questionable decision. You know, a tough one, admittedly, but you know, we want to take land for ourselves. You know, screw Austria. Besides, we still have a great alliance with Castile, and yeah, Austria is still friendly towards us, which is nice. But yeah, we need to declare war pretty soon here. Now the question is, do we instantly rival Austria? Because that means an Austrian and an Austrian-Polish Commonwealth alliance would be possible at that point, because those two themselves are not rivals. And unfortunately, I guess we're not close enough to rival the Ottomans, which is another, you know, really unfortunate thing for us right here. I guess we'll maintain that diplomat. We'll see what happens, because Austria already has 3 rivals, so... And Austria actually lost a battle. Austria has lost, yeah, he's probably going to win the war, like, let's be honest. But let's let him duke it out with France for a little bit, because that'll make our lives easier. It'll also give us a little bit more time to take down aggressive expansion, and thus take more land in the war itself. Because we do still have quite a bit of aggressive expansion from everything that we've already done. Alright, we have hit our point or cap on Diplo points. We're 1 tech away from getting a Diplo idea group, which is a shame. But for now, we are going to just increase development in a province with a good item, or a good, actually. We're going to do a little bit in Cornwall, because Cornwall isn't very developed. Let's put like 3 points there. And Lincolnshire is another good province as well, so let's dump another 3 points there. So that'll give us a good, you know, a good chunk of production income. Yeah, about a ducat more per month. Worth the points, you know, a ducat per month for the rest of the game is nothing to sneeze at. Austria is actually losing against France. This is hilarious. Oh, what's Austria's army like now, or France's army? France only has he has a force limit of 32, but he's only got 11,000. The real question is, like, it's basically just the remnants of France versus Austria. So I don't know how France is winning this much. Maybe just because he's France or something. I don't know. Maybe Austria can't get access. I don't know. Maybe he was banking on us winning the war for him. In any case, it's rather hilarious that he's getting his ass kicked. Alright, Saint-Saëns has converted thanks to the Center of Reformation. Very nice. Adopting early, I think, was the right move. If if we wanted to be Protestant, which we did, because we had the statute and restraint of appeals. We're getting fairly close to getting another aspect of faith. I would love to pick up land morale. I think we can get something like 5%, because we're going to need all the land morale we can get to compete with the bigger nations once we're dominating France here. It does look like France is finally losing a little bit, though. Now, we do still have a royal marriage with Austria, who has gone neutral to us, actually, and will probably never want an alliance ever again. Yeah, I would say no. I'm going to go ahead and rival Austria so we can keep our power projection. We could pick up the next Diplotech for a little bit of a point investment. I don't want to waste Diplo points just because we have a surplus of them. Hate wasting points on tech. And yeah, Austria is going to start losing, or winning here, and France is going to start losing. Liège and Lorraine have entered a military coalition. I mean, that is adorable. Bar and Dauphine as well. You guys, you are so silly. Desmond's opinion goes up. We lose legitimacy. National tax modifier 10%. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Alright, we will pick up the land morale. I believe it's 5%. Yeah. It's also land and navy morale. That's pretty good. I'd be lying if I said that I didn't think manpower recovery was pretty nice. Oh, you know what's hilarious about that event about the guy translating stuff? We already have translated Bibles as an aspect of faith for Protestantism. I guess he just wasn't translating it right. I have no idea how that works. That's very silly. But yeah, we're going to pick up land and navy morale here. I think that's great for our religion. Which puts our land morale at 3.3, which is definitely not great. We could be doing a lot more. Especially if we'd picked up defensive ideas, we would already be at plus 15% land morale. But we went offensive instead because it's still a very good idea group. Especially once we hit that 20% land force limit. France is getting slaughtered. As we expected. It was still hilarious that he was winning his first battles, though. This may prove dangerous in time. Austria is doing very well. We may have to hold out until the Netherlands spawn. And then we may actually support their independence against Austria. Let's see, we can fabricate another claim here. And I think, if we look at the area map mode, we want... yeah, let's go for Namur. Unless we already have a claim on it. Yeah, we already have a claim on it. Never mind. Let's do, probably Poitou. That's how you pronounce it. I have no idea. Yeah, because we already have a lot of Guyenne. We do have a better relations over time guy, but he's going to cost us 174 ducats and 11 ducats a month. And we're already like overflowing on Diplo points anyway. Alright, well, in that case, wow, all of France's allies abandoned him. You know what? I don't even think I'm going to call Castile into this war. France is already so dead that I don't think we need his help. But we'll wait it out a little bit longer here. See what Austria does. Probably going to ravage his lands and take all his things. And one admin tech level, by the way, we're still admin focused and this far behind basically, which is funny. I don't want a +2 prestige guy. So, oh, all right, and there's the deal. Gascony was released as a independent country. I'm gonna build a spy network on them immediately. since they're unlikely to have any real allies anytime soon, unless they ally with like Castile or something. I don't think we have no claims on their land, but we are going to go ahead and attack France and stop improving relations with Austria. Once that diplomat gets back, we're going to immediately attack. And this isn't really a war so much as just a land grab, basically. We're going to take Anjou. Now, our aggressive expansion is already fairly high, and we already do have a coalition. Not a sizable one, but just a coalition. And we'll see how much we can grab in this war, really. Yeah, France has 6 infantry left, and they're probably mercs. Right, our truce with all the following has expired. Sweden has won his war. Very good for him. We will start building a spy network on Denmark, because we want to fabricate some claims up there. Alright, apparently it locked movement very quickly there. Oh, I can't even get to Bari. That's interesting. Alright, well, we're going to keep these two armies together. Not take any attrition, hopefully. And we'll probably go attack the French fairly soon here. Alright, we've converted the Heretics of Lincolnshire. Alright, we've lost our modifier for conversion. And we're still only at 82% unity, and that's going to go down when we conquer some of these provinces, I think. We do still have the Center of Reformation, thankfully, that's going to be converting provinces for us, hopefully. Although right now I believe it is working in Austria, going to cause some unrest for them, most likely. The Dutch provinces do love to rebel, and that could work in our favor. Alright, we have an army of 18k here. It looks like we're going to have to cross the river. Namur just looks like one of those provinces, so we're going to eat the river crossing. We are fighting a 1-3 general, which is unfortunate, but we do have a 14,000 cannon advantage. Which means in the fire phase we should be able to beat them quite handily. Unless we roll zeros, because of course we do. Amazing that they can do so much fire damage without any cannons whatsoever. Yep, that's France. Putting up a hell of a fight. Just from a 0.4 morale advantage. Looks like in the end we are going to be victorious, though. I would assume so with that many troops. It's a shame that, you know, it just took so much effort. Okay, we lost 8k. We were just losing a lot of morale because French morale. I was going to see if we had a morale advisor, but we do not, unfortunately. However, we do have 7 cannons, which is enough to get a +3 bonus. In fact, if we had an 8th cannon, we would get a +4 to the siege tick, which is going to make these sieges go pretty quickly here. And yeah, we're crushing. We're beating them anyway. And this is why we wanted to take down France as soon as possible. Because they are nasty. Especially since we don't get like any land combat bonuses anymore for being England. So they'll arrive on the 18th. Okay. As long as we're not taking a river crossing. Alright, let's slow this down, see how the battle goes. Roll the 6 to their 2. Equal shock, generals. The problem is cannons haven't really developed enough to give us a massive advantage yet. But now what we're going to do is we're going to reinforce like halfway through the battle, and the reason we're going to do this is because when you have a massive army in one spot, their morale all falls together. But if you reinforce later, then you get a ton of morale. For not being corrupt, we get 20 prestige. I can definitely get behind that. We're going to go ahead and finish off this battle. We lose about 6k troops to their, well, a lot more. And we're going to go begin besieging Bari. And this war should be over before too long. I think I'm actually going to go try to crush this small stack that's low on morale. We'll see how well it works out. Looks like it was the right move. Yeah, we lost 2,000 troops. Not a huge deal. Gascony apparently fabricating claims on us. No allies, though he is attacking Auvergne, or attacking Dauphine in the conquest of Auvergne. We have no debate in Parliament, which we need to settle real quick. I'm in the middle of a war here, people. Shouldn't have to babysit you. Let's do advisor costs. Oh, everyone already supported that one, apparently. So we just get it for free. Nice. Alright, we need to siege one more fort before we're done here. Now, the Iranian cannons may be contributing a lot to France's fire ability. Alright, Edward has died, and now James is leading. We are going to immediately raise stability. Get that back up to 0, because bad things happen to good people at -1 stability. Liège has left the military coalition. Good for you, Liège. If only they knew. We'll be there on the 9th of April. It doesn't look like we can beat them to this province. And either way, we're taking a river crossing. I'm not really a fan of that. We're going to try to maneuver around here. But that's going to be it for this episode. We will finish this war in the next episode, so I'll see you there.